Good morning, class. In this session, we will discuss about conditional statements in Python. In Python, we need to write some conditional statements, means we need to write some codes which will work on some conditions. If condition 1 is true, then code A will be executed. If condition B is true, then code B will be executed. If condition C is true, the code C will be executed, and so on. In real life also, we do lot of work according to this logic. We perform many tasks according to conditions. A simple example can be understood by taking the practical of phone call ticket. When we call some company ticket, there it asks us about press 1, press 2, press 3, press 4. If you want to talk in English, then press 1. If you want to talk in Hindi, then press 2. This is called the conditional working. Means we are giving lot of options to users, and then the next process will be executed according to what is their result, what they select. This is the conditional working of every statement. In Python also, we try to write these statements to define complex codes in logical statements in conditional statements. Let us see what it is mean in Python. Now here, suppose I am trying to write a code in which I am trying to get that if value of a is a variable here, if the value of a is even number, then I should get the message that a is even. If the value of a is odd, then I should get the message that a is odd. Then how to write this in Python program? Let us see. Suppose I am writing a number a, its value is 12. Now I know that this is an even number. If the number is even, then I should get the value that print a is even. And if this value is odd, then the value should be a is odd. But here the output will be based on what we execute. Here two statements are written by us, statement number this and the statement this. Whatever we execute, the output will be shown. So this is not a proper logic to write. We need to check the statement, we need to check the variable value, and the Python should itself see all the working of the code. Means we are trying to write a code in such a way that we write a code only once and then executing it once, then get the output according to our logic. So here comes the part of conditional statements. Conditional statements. Conditional statements takes three types. If elif else, you will get this in 2 to 3 classes. Now just concentrate on this question. Means here we are trying to get if the country value is even, then this should be output this, and if the value of this is odd, then this should be output. In the single code we have to write this. Here we will check if a is even, then we will execute a code that is print is. then else else we need to get that print. Okay, but this will not execute because this condition is not valid according to Python. This condition, this I am writing this, to just make you understand what we are trying to make. A is even, then print A is even. If this is not true, this condition is not true, then we will execute this statement. But right now the question is how to write this condition, how to make Python understand that what we are trying to check. Okay, even now let us change our mindset to understand this topic, how to check a number is even or odd. A even number is basically a number which is divided by 2 and gives us remainder as remainder as 0. Okay, now for example we all know that 10 is even. Now this is the 10 is even. How to check this in Python? We will say a is equal to 10 and the value of a will be even if its remainder is 0. So dividing it by 2 we should get 0. So we will check remainder here. Okay, so this is the remainder which is equal to, you can also do check by this, the remainder is 0. This is the code to check a number is even or odd. So we will use this logic here, such as a dividing by 2 should give us 0. These are two values which should be equal. This is the concept which you already know in arithmetical operators. If those who do not know this concept should watch the video again. And now we will execute this code and we will get a result. First we will define some value of a. Let us suppose a equals to, a small a equals to 1 2 something something something, and then we will execute this code. And it's showing some error because of print. Okay, here I did some mistake. Now executing this again, we got that a is odd. A is odd. So this is the code to check if the number is even or odd using operators and conditional statements. Let us understand this in a detailed way using our handwriting, that is rough handwriting. Okay, here we need to write a sentence, a code in such a way that having two statements, if and else. The basic syntax say that if this condition is true, then this code will be executed. Otherwise, in every case, this statement below the else will be executed. Means the a logic is written here. Let us say the logic is called a. If this logic is true, then this condition will be executed. If the logic is false, then this condition will be executed. This code will be executed. Code. Let us suppose this is code P, and this is called code Q. This is very simple to understand. If the logic A is true, then the code A P will be executed. If the logic A is false, then the code Q will be executed. And this is the proper syntax to write. We also need to write this colon here in front of the if statement and else statement. So this was all about conditional statements. Let us check some other practical world example of if and else. Here comes a question. Writing a code to check if a number if a number is 2 digit or 3 digit number. This will be homework for you. In next class we will discuss about the third part of conditional statement, that is using all these three statements together: if, elif and then else. Means in next class we will discuss about how to use these all three statements together in a single code. So class, thank you for the day.